Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Bat Châtillon on 155.58. It's the Tier 10 French SPG. This one's located on the south spawn of Fisherman's Bay, and it's under the command of Angelina75 of OLIMP. And it's her first entry for this week on the weekend lie-in competition. Well, if you're not aware, there is a competition every week between Talon 1958 and Angelina 75 as to who actually gets to lie in at the weekend and enjoy a late Sunday morning. The other has to get up and make breakfast, look after Remy, and they have to get up early. But every week they vie to try and get the very best replay they can in an SPG. And you can see Angelina's decided to start this week off with the Bat Châtillon 155.58. Now, the score is based on first mastery, second any medals they achieve, and thirdly any win 8 score that they get. Rounds out. Well, that one appeared to explode directly underneath the Object 452, which is a new tank that's just come into the game, 452K, which is basically, as we've been told, it's an IS-4 with a different name and a different turret. Now we're aiming at an AMX M454, rounds out. Well, that shell landed next to him for 119. These are 155mm rounds, capable of 680 alpha, 48mm of pen, and a 7.6 meters burst radius. Okay, going for the next and last shot out of the 3-shot autoloader. Rounds out. This time it's a direct hit on the 452K, but it appears to stand up fairly well to that shot. Now you notice how Angelina's moved position, using the fact that this turret will actually turn in any direction. She can place the vehicle in its direction of travel, and all she has to do is move a few yards away from the original firing position, and she's safe from any Arty counter battery, because of course Arty has to work on where the tracers come from unless they can actually see the enemy Arty. And since Angelina cannot be seen at the moment, the only sign that Angelina is moving about is the tracer, and then finally any damage she does to the scenery. Well, her first shot goes over the top of the AMX-30B. It's a very easy position to hit here because she's actually trying to get near the windmill. And yes, she does get some splash and some stun this time. And going for the third shot. Nope, there's nothing that she can work with, but she can hit the CS63, who's just hiding around the corner of that wall. Rounds out. Yes, good shot. 168, one critical hit, which is of course the tracks, and she's into her third reload. Now the book reload, 49.56 seconds, or is that 86? 49.86 seconds, and Angelina's got it down to 45.28. Now she has actually kind of backed up her rear end there against the face of that rock or that bank there, and actually that will reduce her range a little bit. You should try and keep a level hull if you can, but she's holding her aim on her target, selecting her next target, getting ready for it. Bat Châtillon 155.58, designed in 1958, based on the hull of an M47. She just got a direct hit on the enemy. A direct hit. I think it was the 452, was it? Well, she's now switched to the AMX-30B. She's dialing in on him. She fires the round in. Oh, that was a good one as well. That's another direct hit. And she's now up to her third shell. Okay, she's still looking at the windmill. She did get a direct hit there on one of them, probably the AMX-30B, but the fact is, oh, we can see where one of the enemy Arty is. We just saw the tracer coming out that area, so we know where one of them is. Any tank that takes a direct hit from a Bat Chat 155.58 is going to be hurting, because it's a 155mm shell. They don't have much in the way of penetration. What they do have is repetitive shots, and she's just got another 327 off the T100 LT, who's fairly light on armor. So he now knows where she is, but the problem is he might not be able to get to her because he's got to get through an Object 268, a Progetto 65, and then a Heshbarn who's nearby us who would protect us. There's a Death Star on the enemy team. He's right at the back. Angelina trying to select the best target. The T100 LT would appear to be the best one at the moment because the 268 is actually coming under pressure from that T100. She can't get the shell around the bunker, but she's going for the UDES. Rounds out, looks good. Yep, it was 112. It all counts. Okay, she's getting a notification that there's a Heshbarn there, and she puts another round into him. Now, will she go for him with the third shot? Here we go. Fires it in. Well, the guy moved away, but he still got hit. 169, and it's more damage. You can see that Angelina's team has far more health than the enemy team, and it's partially down to the fact that Angelina keeps pumping those rounds out as fast as she can, as fast as they will load. And that's one of the good signs, because if you've got a player who keeps pumping those rounds out, eventually it's going to tell on the enemy, because it's going to devastate them. They're going to start losing hit points all over the place, and that's when they'll start losing the game. In fact, they've lost the harbour area and the town, but our team has actually been pushed away from our cap area, and some of our team are now tending to return, or appear to be returning, to our cap. Now, we're 3 shells loaded, ready to go. We're on to the 452, and she does get another hit. She hit him again. And now we've got the M454. He's hiding behind the house. But if Angelina hits him, with only 74 hit points left, he could go out the game. Now he's backing up. Rounds out. She gets him! Perfect! I thought that would happen. He just backed up into it and took the full brunt of that force. So whilst our cap is, or one of our heavies are going back to defend our cap area, our guys are now getting closer to the enemy's cap area, and we've still got 1 shell in the breach ready to go. Rounds out. I think it landed next to the target. This is the only SPG in the game with an autoloader, and it used to be a lot better when it started out. When they brought it in a 4-shot autoloader with 2 seconds between each shell, and that was a huge difference, because of course it made it very difficult for the enemy to avoid getting plastered with shells one after the other. At least I think it was 2 seconds. I may be wrong. It may have been 4 seconds, but certainly with that sort of time difference, you can keep hitting the same target again and again. Wargaming actually not only stopped people playing this particular Arty in platoons, or any Arty in platoons, but they also lengthened the time between each shot to ensure that you couldn't get somebody being permanently tracked and permanently stunned by a pair of Bat Chat 155-58s working in platoon with each other and effectively negating one particular player from the battlefield. It does have a kind of long magazine reload. In fact, most players who don't actually play the Bat Chat 155-58 complain and say that is the most bad thing about it, that it's a long reload time. And it is long. It's about the same length of time it takes for the T92 HMC to load 1 shell. And it's also got the lowest damage per shell at tier 10. As you can see, it's only 680. All the other tier 10s have more. But it also has the lowest penetration of any tier 10 tank. Any tier 10 Arty. And the stun is also low compared to other Arty as well. It also has a shallow arc. She's having problems with that right now because she was trying to aim a shell that would go straight through the building. Yes, that could be a problem. You park up against the building and it just blocks your fire. She's going to come to the edge of town and she should be able to get a shot from there. Only one shell ready. Now, despite the fact she was leaving a trail of damage behind her, I don't think the enemy could actually see where she was going or what she's doing. A 121B right up the other end of the battlefield, trying to hide behind that rock and stop our 60 TP getting behind the cap area. Rounds out. I don't think that had any effect other than stunning the 121. You notice how Angelina's already changing position, and that looks good. So that's a slight angle again. On that angle and the way she's shooting, it doesn't actually decrease the range. You only have to watch out that the gun is being artificially pointed down. That actually does affect the overall range of an Arty. Most of them actually will shoot the entire range of the map, but some Arty you do need to watch out that you don't point the gun at the ground, such as a Fifi for that matter, the 105 Left H 18B2. If you point the gun at the ground, or ever so slightly on a slope, it will actually decrease your range and reduce the range. You can actually shoot over the entire map. You need to be near the center of the map just to be able to shoot over the entire range of the map. But if you push your vehicle in a position where the gun cannot be artificially increased anymore, it decreases the range. Okay, there's that 452 again. She's hit him numerous times, and Angelina's not the only one to have hit that guy. We're coming up to the 3-minute mark. Still shots going in the northwest corner. We know the Death Star was seen up there. We also know one of the enemy Arty is up there. In fact, the only enemy Arty, which is an Object 261. And after now, this length of time, it's very likely the Object 261 has probably fired all of their shells. In fact, they probably have none left because there's only 20 rounds in an Object 261. So they've probably run out. Okay, well, there's the 121. Unfortunately, again, he's still being shielded by that rock. Oh, but that shell went right over the rock and into the 121. A direct hit, 312 hit points. That's a large one. That was an excellent shot. You see with Angelina, she's very persistent. She gets them in the end, and she dials in very accurately, just like Talon does. Rounds out again. That one landed short. That's RNG. That's the 2-minute warning. We are getting close. This one, well, it is going long. 15 shells left, so we've certainly got enough reloads to last the rest of the game. In fact, Angelina's only going to get 2 reloads back in this game, but she's already fired something like, I think it looks like 4 or 5 reloads at the very least, maybe more. She's keeping as busy as she can. Try and select a new target. The one thing about Arty is you don't limit yourself as to who you can hit. You keep hitting as many of them as you can. Whoever's available, hit them. She's dialing in, getting ready. The 15, 16 is going to hit. 9 hit points of splash. But she's got another 2 ready to go. Oh, now we just lost somebody there on our team. We lost the 452K to the Heshbon. There's the Heshbon. He's dialing in. He's gone. Okay, there's the enemy Arty. He does have some shells left, or it appears that he does. Or maybe he's fired his last shell and he's now just trying to run away. When he takes splash for 148. We're into the last 35 seconds of the game. Is he still there? Rounds out. I think he's moved away now. We're not going to get another reload in time. There's just simply not enough time to do it. In fact, it's now looking like it's going to be a draw. Only 4 left on the enemy team, though. Angelina's been hitting them really hard. 5 seconds to go. She's going to get one. No, she won't get any more shells on the enemy. And that's it. The clock's run out. Here's the end of battle results, and that was the second-class tanker, the angelina75 of OLIMP in the Bat Châtillon 155-58. She managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in this one. She managed to get 13. She also got a Confederate medal for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on her team, and her win rate in that game, 2,519, which is Unicum standard. Let's have a look at team score. Well, the highest damage in the game turned out to be the E3, who managed 3,803 hit points. Second highest, the STP-1 on the enemy team, 3,709. And the third highest damage turned out to be the UDES 1516 with 3,391. Angelina managed to get 2,876. She was beaten by 4 members of the enemy team, only 2 on her own team, puts her in 7th place when it comes to damage. When it came to kills, though, Angelina only got the 1, but the highest number of kills was 2. So I think that means Angelina's enjoying 2nd place. Top scorers again, the 60 TP, the Heshbon, and the 121B on our team. And only 1 player on the enemy team managed to get more than 1 kill, and that was the Heshbon on their team as well. When it came to base XP, we can see that Angelina managed to get the 2nd highest base. The tops was the 121B, managed 562. Angelina got 470, and then 448 went to the 60 TP on Angelina's team. In fact, Angelina was the only one who got a medal in that game when she got a Confederate. She fired 24 rounds. That's a lot of ammunition sent down range. 8 reloads, that is. 8 reloads. 8 direct hits on the enemy. None of them penetrated, but she did get 24 splash. Damage of 2,876, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damage 12 of the enemy, kill 1. And she got 1,958 hit points of stun assist of 23 stuns. On a premium count, she actually made 60,953 credits. She got a reward for completing a mission and also the reward for courageous resistance because she managed to get a medal in a losing or drawn game. This was a draw. She got 5 bonds because this was tier 10, and she took away 1,161 experience points as well, getting the Courageous Resistance Award on this one as well. As she said, she can only load so fast, and that is one of the limitations for the Bat Chat 155-58. You do have that long reload time, but then you can pump out 3 shells one after the other, which in a sense is actually almost as long to pump those shells out because the 10-second delay. So it's 30 seconds, or from the moment you first fire, it's 20 seconds before you pump them all 3 out. But the thing is that technically speaking, it means that the reload time is just over a minute for each reload, and she was working as hard as she could to get those shells onto the enemy. So, yes, this does beat Talon, actually, funny enough, because we look at the best result Talon was able to put up, and we can see that it's actually a 3rd class and a Reaper. That was the best he managed to get. And his win rate from that one was 2,655, which is Unicum standard. But Angelina managed to beat that by getting a 2nd class and also a medal, and her win rate was 2,519. So now the target is for Talon to get either a 1st class or a 2nd class medal and a higher win rate, or just to get an ace tanker, because if he gets an ace tanker, he wins outright straight away. So yes, this is going to go down the entire week again, because they've been fighting it out hard as ever to try and win the game, and neither of them have been getting really fantastic ace tanker games, but they are trying their best to get those games. And with so many players online of questionable talent, to say the least, it does make it difficult for them to get good results. But Angelina certainly pulled it out with her first game this week. Let's see if Talon can do the same during this week. Hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.